Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Adam, you're riding solo tonight. How you feeling?
Feeling good, Steven. I had a pretty good weekend. We saw have you've heard of the Savannah Bananas?
No.
Okay, so it's a baseball team. It's like the Harlem Globetrotters for baseball. So
Oh,
they're
okay.
based in Savannah.
Yeah.
And so they do a lot of theatrics and stuff like that. So we had some family in town and we went to go see the game. They were at Nationals Park. Really fun time, sold out
Yeah.
stadium. I mean,
Oh,
the
wow.
Nats never bring in a crowd like this, so I
Hmm.
wasn't used to so many people everywhere. But
Right.
yeah, had a good time.
Yeah. With the war and everything going on, they're saying avoid large gathering spaces. Have you thought about that, or is just trying to think about it?
Not much, if they hit DC, we're all
Right.
gone anyway,
Right.
so
Right.
I'm
That's the
not,
most scary. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, let you take it away. Movie reviews.
Yeah, so it was a busy weekend, but I did have a chance to see one movie from streaming called I Don't Understand You. And it's a dark comedy horror movie, more of a dark comedy, I would say, starring Nick Kroll and Andrew Pennell. And basically, it stars a gay couple who have are looking to adopt a kid, and so they send their video off for adoption again to like kind of convince whatever mom to be to help convince them that they are a perfect fit. And so while they're waiting, they go and decide to do an anniversary trip to Italy. And during this trip, they find out that they are going to be a father. They talk to the mother that's going to have a kid, and so they're really excited. So to help celebrate, a friend of theirs gives them a reservation to this restaurant out in like rural Italy, and shenanigans ensue. And by that I mean that during this, there's a lost in translation moment. They don't speak any Italian. The restaurant chef is an old lady, doesn't speak any English. The power goes out. There's a lot of confusion, and they end up accidentally killing her. So now they're in this like panic situation where they have to figure out what to do, all the while trying to keep this like hidden because they're going to be
That
new
baby.
fathers and things like that. Well, eventually the son comes to visit the house and he's congratulating them, and more tragedy happens, I should say, during this kind of escapade that kind of escalates out of control, and just more and more bad things happen to these people that are just trying to enjoy their like anniversary trip to Italy. Um, so that gives you an idea of kind of the vibe. Again, that's why it's kind of like a dark
Right.
comedy. They build themselves a little bit as a horror, but it wasn't that scary. It's really just kind of a little tragedy of errors situation. Um, but I will say overall, it's kind of a skip. I was expecting a little more comedy. It's one of those
Yeah.
movies I think that you watch the trailer and you get most of the funny parts in the trailer. So I was really hoping a little more. Nick Kroll, he's been doing comedy for a long time, for decades.
Mhm.
So I was expecting a little more on that end. Not to say this movie was bad. It was just kind of forgettable. Like there wasn't really much going on. So I will say this is one you could probably skip. I don't understand you. I think another thing, and I'll just mention this as well, is in the age of Google Translate, when you can't understand people, it takes you out of that reality, right? There's no
Yeah.
excuse. The guy uses Duolingo at the beginning, which is fun, but yeah, Google Translate will tell you everything. There's really
Mhm.
no reason to have like this lost in translation moment anytime anymore. But that being said, it's still a fun kind of if you're a fan of Nick Kroll, it's a fun movie to watch, but nothing that you need to run out and see immediately.
Okay. Yeah, I saw them interviewing about that movie. And I only saw the clips, but yeah, I trust your judgment. And I think, do you think about this, like how technology, like with ChatGPT and like Google Translator and things like that, how filmmakers have to be mindful of that when they come up with these plots, you know?
They do. Like you have to, I mean, it's funny. 50 years ago, we wouldn't have to worry about cell phones, but they
Right.
found a way to integrate cell phones into
Yeah.
storytelling. How do you have like a detective or a murder mystery
Hmm.
without cell phones? Like
Yep.
you find creative ways. So
Yeah.
I think the world, the entertainment world will have to
Catch up.
adjust to like
Mhm.
finding this information or having instant translations.
Yeah, yeah. Anything coming down the pipeline?
So there's a new Jurassic Park movie again. It's like a reboot, a resetting. I'll probably check that out at some point. F1, the Brad Pitt movie. I've never watched an F1 race. I'm not like into that world, but it's been
Mhm.
getting fine reviews. It's number one at the box office, I think.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt really, he's a good actor, so I think he kind of holds it down. So if you're looking for a kind of fun tentpole box office movie, that's the one for now. But really, yeah, Jurassic Park is the only thing that's really jumping out at me.
All right. Well, thank you as always for letting us know what to spend our time, money on, what not to. And we'll see you in the fall. Right back after this.